Well, you look at the League One table, Grant, after 9 games, and there or thereabouts, everyone's got pretty much the same number of points, which I guess kind of reflects what we've seen with the games that Posh have played. It's all very even.
There have been, I've gone on and on about the chances, the starting the game better. I think it may be a case of where it's probably possibly in the player's head a little bit now. It's a mental thing. So I'm going to make a point of, in terms of my team talk tomorrow, I'll not be talking about things like that. I want them to get back to playing with the freedom, the expression, the smiles on their faces that I know they can do, and everything will fall into place.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's a big part of how you play, isn't it? That instinctiveness, and I suppose if you do chat about things too much, then it can become a bit of a burden.
It was a little bit like the Tuesday night thing. It was mentioned in a lot that we couldn't win on a Tuesday night. We put that to bed early on in the season, so it's something we just gotta calm a bit down on, and take things in perspective that we know it will come. There's no two ways about it. We're working day in, day out to make things right, and I've got no doubt I will.
Yeah, and there's a good prize for whichever sides can begin to find that consistency, because everyone is roughly on the similar number of points. The first few sides to find that consistency will really get the edge.
It is. Consistency's massive in this league. It's huge. I think if anyone can go on a 3, 4, 5 game winning streak, it puts you right up there. And when you get up there, it's hard to get knocked off it. The times that I've been promoted out of this league, we've always got ourselves up there, there or thereabouts, Christmas time, and kicked on. I remember the time at Scunthorpe where we got up there, but we fell off. We were top, and then we fell off, and we were in the playoffs. So it's when you get up there, it's hard to get knocked off it. Your confidence grows. Teams fear you a little bit more, and that's something we're striving to do. We'll keep continuing to do the work we're doing on the training ground. We'll keep continuing to do that every single day, so that we're improving. Players are going to be improving. I think in terms of the way we're playing, we are playing some good stuff. We are creating chances. It's just, like I say, getting the ball in the back of the net now. But it'll come without me being too overcritical of it. I know we've got the players who can score goals.
Yeah, and you must have been pleased as well, because two of the things you talked about on Thursday in connection with Saturday's game, you mentioned about getting Paul Taylor further up the pitch and closer to Tom Nichols, and also the pressing off the ball, and both of those things happened.
Yeah, I think Tails ran him behind a lot more. He can do that. He can mix his game up. That's the sort of player Tails is. He can mix it up. He can come off the game. He can run him behind. He's still got his pace. And Tom wants to run him behind constantly. That's what he is. He's a centre forward. He likes to play on the shoulder. He makes clever runs. He has clever movement, as he's shown for his chance on Saturday. The keeper made a great save from. And that's another point. I mean, we've come up against two keepers who have made 2 world-class saves from us in 2 games. It's not an excuse. We should put the ball in the back of the net, but we ain't going to be coming up against a keeper like him most of the season. Now, I said it after the game. He's one of the best in this league, Etheridge, and he proved it on Saturday.
Yeah, certainly the save you made just after half-time from Moncur, right up there. I guess the key not to get too frustrated, as you say. Moving forward then with Shrewsbury, you mentioned when we came into the season that you'd worked quite hard to get the side set up for Saturday, Tuesday. Does that mean at this stage you're pretty relaxed about having that short turnaround? You can pick the players you want to pick and not worry too much about fitness?
Our fitness levels are at the highest they've been at the football club. It's one of the reasons why I brought Ben McKenzie back to the club. The boys are in prime condition. They can play Saturday, Tuesday, no problem. So in terms of that, I've got no problems in aspects of the game. Our fitness has been great. I think we come strong in second halves in the games, as you've seen. It's definitely a plus for us this season that we've come strong. So we just need to continue that. The boys who are not involved in the squad always do extra sessions, whether they're in on a day off or not. Everyone's fitness is up to speed, and the team is whatever team I pick, everyone's in this level par in terms of their fitness.
What do you make of Shrewsbury at this stage?
They've started. It's been iffy for them really. The early part of the season. I know their manager well. Mickey's very very experienced manager, and so is his number 2. So it's going to be a tough game. There's no two ways about it. When you go away from home, it's a tough game. But it's a game I expect us to go there and perform the way we know we can. We want to take off go there and win. We want to go there and put a performance on, because when we do that, we'll win. So that's the message to the players.
In terms of team news, all looking quite good at the moment, aside from the long-termers. You had Ryan Tafazoli come back into the defence at the weekend, Jack Baldwin dropping to the bench. A bit of a hypothetical question, but with Jermaine Anderson out injured, can you see a stage further down the line where Michael Bostwick might be needed in midfield, or are you looking very much at him being part of your defensive setup?
I think Bozzy's been very good at centre half. He'll probably hold his hands up and say that the centre forward shouldn't have got across him on Saturday for the goal. But on a whole, Bozzy's been good this season. He stepped in. He wasn't in the team at Rochdale, and he come on and he was very good. And he's kept his place in the team ever since. Obviously, Taff had been out injured. Could I use Bozzy in midfield? I could. But could Bozzy play in there? He probably could. But the way I like to play, I like the midfielders to control the game. I think Bozzy's probably touched on it, that he hasn't got the ability of some of our midfield players, and Bozzy knows his limits. He's a good defender. He's strong. He's aggressive. But if I needed to use him any stage in the game, maybe late on in the game, to see a game out that I've spoke about over the past week or so, it's a possibility I could do that. But to start him in there at the minute, I probably wouldn't do that, no.
Yeah, okay. And with Bostwick, he's a great example, isn't he, to everyone else, how you can start the season out of the side and you get your little moment of fortune with an injury to someone else, but you have to be ready and you have to take that moment. Yeah,
definitely. Bozzy's an experienced person around the club. We haven't got many of them in terms of their age. Bozzy, Michael Smith, Paul Taylor, people like that are valuable to us. And they help the young lads every day. So Bozzy's a good pro. He came into the team. He made the position his own, and he's been very good in that position. Whether he played with Taff on Saturday or he's played with Jack. I know for a fact I've got 3 good centre halves, and I've got Ricardo working hard every day in training that hasn't even had a chance yet. But he's improving. We're trying to improve him every day to give him the best possible chance, really. But he's got a hard job on his hands with the 3 centre halves in front of him at the minute. Yeah,
and you mentioned Warsall's keeper. You must be really pleased with how Luke McGee has settled in, coming into a club and first team football for the very first time. He seems to be nicely settled.
I think Luke's been brilliant. I think I said when he come in, you can see that he's good with his feet. He comes for crosses. He's calm, and especially the way we want to play, we need our goalkeeper to be like that. He's come in. He's fitted into into the boys, into the squad, into the whole building really perfectly. And he's got a bit about him. He's not afraid to voice an opinion, which is always good to have a goalkeeper having that within your camp. He will call players out if they don't track a runner or things like that. So it's important you have that in your back line, and he's a real good character, and the lads have taken to him well, and hopefully his performances long may they continue.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple of weeks back that you may look to send a couple of players out on loan if the possibility arose. Obviously, with the new rules, that would have to be to the National League. Has anything come up at all? Anything happening there?
No, nothing. Excuse me. No, nothing's come up really. We have been trying to get Shaquille out to try and get him some games. Adil out to try and get him some games. I let a club in the conference come in for Ricardo, but at the time it wasn't right because I'd Taff still coming back from injury. I spoke to Rico about that and he was fine. Could I look at it possibly further down the line? I don't know yet. I haven't really thought about it, but it would be ideal for a few of them to get out and get some games. I think they understand that as well. It's frustrating when you're not involved in the first team on a Saturday. You train all week, and come Saturday you're not involved. So as a football player, you want to play regardless of the standard, and the conference is an excellent standard. To be fair, I've seen a few of the games this year. Some good teams in it, and it probably benefit them to go out and play some games in that league. But we're waiting to see, if someone can come in and take the both of them. But at the minute, I haven't heard nothing.
Are the rules on the non-league loans similar to how it would have been in the Football League? Do you do a month and then you get the option for recall if it goes further?
I think is it 90 days, Phil? I think it's 90 days you can send them for, and then you can recall them. But we haven't had anybody come in for the lads for loan. We have been looking to see if anyone would like to take them. But from now I'm speaking to you, I haven't had direct contact to any club with regarding to both of them. But the boys are continuing to work in training. Like I say, their fitness levels are fine, and they'd be two good signings for someone in that league.
Cool.